Hello, welcome to a short series of videos called Everyday Living Skills. My name is Dominic Hall, and on behalf of iSightCornwall, we'll be showing you some tips and tricks and general skills that you can learn to maintain your independence as a visually impaired person. In this Everyday Living video, we'll be looking at ways you can safely pour liquids, both hot and cold, as a visually impaired person. First up, we're going to be looking at pouring liquids from a jug into a mug or glass. First though, a quick word on contrast, which is one of the most important things that you can do to make this process a bit easier if you've got sight loss. You may notice that we put a nice blue non-spill mat on here. That's because the blue here contrasts very well with the white of the mug, but also the brown of the table. So it makes it show up that little bit more if you have got some sight left. So, another thing, we're using cold liquids in this, which means it's perfectly safe for you to put a finger in to kind of give you an idea. So if you hook a finger over the mug like this, it means when you can feel the splash of the water going in, you're coming close to the top of the mug. A second note as well, which you'll hear when we start pouring, is the sound is also an extremely good clue of how close you are to getting to the top. So, without further ado, I like to lift my mug up because I like to be able to feel the weight, which is a third clue. But it is perfectly fine for you to, if you feel more comfortable, just to leave the mug on the side, hook a finger, and pour directly in from the jug. But without further ado, here we go. There we go. That is nice and full. May have overspilled slightly, but that also adds to another thing. You can also use a tray or a saucepan to also act as a counter for if you miss. Thankfully here the non-spill mug is easy to wipe off any excess water. Alternatively, as we mentioned earlier, you can, instead of using a mug, use a glass in much the same way. Though this one here is good because we have pictures of kitties on it, but a glass with a full, different colour on it. So, for example, this is blue, so a yellow one would be good to stand out. You can get glasses of different colours, which will, help as well. But there we go. Moving on. Now we come over to the sink. As some of you may notice, I've switched mugs. This is because this yellow mug here is a far better contrast to the silver that we have from the sink. So, first things first, make sure before you start turning the tap on that it's set to the correct temperature and you know where the temperature gauge is. We don't want any accidental scaldings. Second, when that's done, locate the tap head, the dispenser, and then work out where it is, and then position your cup underneath it. Now, again, noise and weight are good indicators to how full your mug is, and we recommend, until you get the hang of it, starting on a slow, a slow dispensing of water. There we go. Now for hot water, another trick you can use is if you very carefully, and I must stress very carefully, you feel along the mug, you can feel the hot water rising as you're doing it. So I empty this and set this to warm. I'm just going to let it run for a minute just to let the temperature get up. That should do it. Right, so locate, temperature covered, mug underneath. Again, if you only with cold liquids, you can hook a finger only with cold. So I'm not going to hook a finger at all for the hot. So here we go. And I'm going to put my thumb out here so I can keep an eye on the temperature. There we go. So I know roughly that's about halfway full now. Thank you for watching this Everyday Living Skills video. If you have any queries or questions, please contact us on 01872 26110, or alternatively email us at info@isightcornwall.org.uk. Thank you, and see you in the next video.